how long did you work in the AG's office?
4 years.
And how did like the whole issue of the transgender and pediatric medicine in particular come onto your radar?
Well, for a while, if we're talking 4 years ago, I was just following it casually, like a lot of people do, catching news stories about it, reading more and more. My friends were starting to ask questions, friends who had kids. Like we were having these whispered conversations of what is transgender and why are kids being taught that they have a gender identity? So I just dug in more. And as I got involved, I started reading. I got to a point where I really wanted to understand the other side because I knew all the problems with gender medicine, and I said, I need to understand the other side because I'm a lawyer. So what is the best case for it? And I started trying to build it by reading what the gender doctors said themselves, what their lawyers said for them in court. And I was just shocked at how little was there. It was, it was just a bunch of logical fallacies and broken links and statistics that didn't turn out to be true.
Mm-hmm. And I know that you're an out of the closet lesbian. And this, like two of my friends who are in a lesbian marriage, early on, I said to them, you need to look at this. Like you should care about what's happening here because they're doing conversion therapy on young lesbian girls and young gay boys, or even just ones who aren't lesbian or gay, but are just like gender nonconforming. They're like not allowing, especially butch lesbians, to just grow up to be butch lesbians. It's like, no, you're a boy. You have to be a boy. And they didn't really take me seriously because they're of the left. And they kind of rolled their eyes like, oh, this is just like the former Fox News host doing her thing. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, but this is a thing.
It is, in fact, a thing. It's a horrible thing. And that's what we found when you go into kind of when you go deep and see how this started in America, and the first gender clinic for kids was opened with fanfare in 2007. They were looking for kids who had played with opposite sex toys, so-called opposite sex toys when they were young, and who kind of hung out with kids of the opposite sex. And this is highly correlated with being gay when you grow up. A lot of us remember being those kids. And that was the prototype for who should be transitioned. And of course, the doctors frame it as, no, the kids are asking for it. The kids are saying they're very upset if they can't have it. Well, yeah, I mean, some kids do wish they were the opposite sex, and you tell them they can't be. That's what you do. You don't say, oh, well, we have some drugs that will save your life.